This video is intended to describe a Lightblade power pack named Divine Ascension Illumination, or D.A.I, D.A.I for short. This is a very comprehensive consumable power pack developed to be rather clandestinely utilized in the palm like so, and as a joke with the recipient, we can consider them like magical brass knuckles or knuckle dusters, as a funny way to put it, due to the fact that it can fit in the palm of the hand and be relatively concealed pretty easily in that consideration. And joining me today will be my whimsical stick figure chakra map that will be a very effective visual guide reference to energy stimulations affecting the auric field energy pathways. And so, of course, there's a nice little pouch here that'll be, of course, bestowed with it to be rather clandestinely utilized in a pocket, for example, to be a very easy, concealable, high-yield construct considering the power to vibratory output ratio to be very clandestine, thrice I say. I think that's enough clandestines right there, so I'll get back into the crystalline ignition composition. The very foundation of the entire construct, seen right here, is a very special iron-based mineral named healer's gold of both magnetite and primarily pyrite. So the combination of the two is why it's deemed healer's gold is based off metaphysical utilization. This particular frequency utilized as the foundation of the entire construct brings a very powerful iron-based grounding of all the energy through the auric field that is very, very potent for actually taking high frequency energies and grounding and imbuing through the entire energy structure into the cellular structure for high frequency acclimation. So it's literally, of course, a very perfect base platform for this complexive device that will be wielded in a palm or in a pocket rather easily. I'm not going to say clandestine a fourth time. That's one of my favorite words. But that's the big idea of the base. And not to mention, it has the flower of life being the primary symbol of the entire device, being a sacred geometric pattern of impeccable source nature that is found in literally all aspects of creation. So quite literally, the resonance, the building blocks of creation is represented in an etched, embossed, golden print, flower of life, on the very top. And on the other side is basically a hopped up, simplistic transmutation power pack as the base right here. So even with that complex of design right there, pretty compact, its profile still is actually not that high, not even half an inch at the height to be worn in a pocket, as an example. So I'll go ahead and discuss the power pack seen in here. Starting off with the clear quartz to be the neutral energy engine, heart of the construct, if you would, be very much a programmable neutral resonance to be indeed a great contributing factor to being deemed consciousness-assisted technology of basically the resonance of the practitioner wielding this to run current and prayers into the crystalline structure that runs through the entirety of the blade band emanation yet to be mentioned. And next to that, as a critical core of all light tech for that matter, would be selenite. Selenite by itself is a very fantastic 6th, 7th, 8th, all the non-physical chakras back to one's Godhead stimulant, and based on that kind of stimulation also makes for a very high frequency induction that actually burns off stagnant negative energy patterns through the entire auric field, thereby by itself making it what could be considered a master healer in the crystal mineral vibratory kingdom. But where it shines in every other light tech construct and distribution is this capacity to take the entire closed-loop circuit emanation and to purify all these emanations in a reactive circuit, amplify or intensify the entirety of the construct, but most importantly, actually harmonize and bring equilibrium to the entire vibratory output, which is in its own merit a truly triumphant trifecta of efficiency for any given design of light tech in general. And joining that to rapidly bridge the pathways would be the kyanites in both black and blue spectrums. Black kyanites are very effective rapid transfer of energy into the root chakra, into the earth stars, into the earth for reprocessing for a very, very quick, rapid bridging, which makes it also like a surge protector to be auto-calibrating to the requirements to get the proper contact patch into the earth at a very rapid rate. simultaneously with the blue kyanite to be a very effective third eye stimulant to basically bridge past any stagnant mental body patterns of the left and right hemispheres causing cross-interdiction, aka not awakening the third eye. So of course, that takes the entire pitch of this frequency, also makes it very transferable in broadcast sequences, which I will omit to save time and just stay on target and discuss the crystalline composition before me, because the recipient's well versed in this concept. Then there's special varieties to this particular power pack that's the base of this construct, consisting of seraphinite, seen right here, a lovely green ray stone of seraphic nature that works as a master healer to actually imbue the seraphic realms of the archangels to the entire cellular structure as well, being a full light body stimulant from top to bottom, to be a full stimulant to the entire chakra column in unison, and dismantling, most importantly, patterns of dis-ease that be manifesting as a physical ailment. So that master healer I employ quite religiously in all endeavors, I'd say at this point, due to its utilitarian healing feature. Then right next to that is a very special violet ray stone named sugilite. Sugilite is a very impeccable 6th, 7th, 8th non-physical chakra stimulant of the purple ray wind, yet the special variety of why it's incorporated here is for a particular purpose, being a very clean analog frequency to the Michael force, or Michael, the archangel, sphere of resonance, which offers a very powerful alignment of protection. So around the base of this power pack, the blade band, will be the classic transmutation ratio, starting off with hematite, which is another iron-based mineral that grounds all excess energy through the root chakra very effectively through the earth stars into the earth brain matrix for reprocessing. In tandem with smoky quartz, doing much the same vibratory function of grounding all excess energy through the root chakra into the earth stars and into the earth brain matrix. So these two employed together will be the classic transmutation ratio that is utilized virtually in all light tech, I would say at this point, based on the aspect to actually have a very important functional role. To, of course, purify all the excess energy of the auric field by continuously grounding into the earth for perpetual dialysis of negativity into positivity, being a very, very quick stimulant of that capacity, as well as being a lovely way to, of course, etherically insulate the auric field, or even under dire circumstances of the design. Then, another feature that's very important about this particular ratio is also bringing tangibility to, of course, make the high frequencies ground to earth to make the magic real. So that would be just the power pack of the transmutation ratio with slightly exotic variables. At the base, quite literally in the recess of the palm stone that this is actually founded on, of the healer's cord base. Now, time to discuss the primary blade band emanation. So this is actually quite the high frequency containment seen right here, very much in resonance with divine Ascension illumination, the light blade wand. So this can be considered a Bluetooth compatible frequency to the larger aggressive wand already in operational status and distribution to the recipient. So it has the same blade band ignition sequence as the light blade wand, but like I mentioned before as a joke, much like a knuckle duster version of it that can be easily concealed in the hand or in the pocket, like so. Starting off with golden healer quartz to be a very impeccable gold white light high heart source alignment emanation. So in metaphysical endeavors, obviously the importance of being a direct alignment to the source of creation and a crystalline format is a very self-evidently advantageous resonance to align to. So that would be just the subcapacitation, one of the features of the primary blade band closing a circuit like seen like so. So that golden white Christ source connection frequency has next to it chaurite. Chaurite is a very fantastic purple ray wind elemental stimulant, obviously 6th and 7th, but where it really shines among the purple ray crystals is the dendric seen right here, the black, actually brings a very powerful high yield grounding. So actually it takes this entire frequency pitch of the great crown stimulation, most importantly, grounds it through the entire system, through the earth stars into earth for tangibility. So I consider that a premier dharmic accelerant, if you would, to of course clear negativity and most importantly ground it through the body into the earth to make the magic real further. So I would argue to say that might be my favorite violet ray stone to utilize based on the parameters of its own matrix being very grounding for that high frequency induction tangibilization. Very special effect. So charoite definitely is one of those amazing high frequency crystals to be employed to keep one's field in a direct alignment with their divine nature, to keep one in synchronization with their dharma. Then right there, next to that, would be rutilated quartz to work as a massive accelerant of the circuit. So clear quartz with rutile in it, bands of titanium actually work as a massive supercharger of the emanation. So you can think of the emanation ignition sequence of golden healer quartz being a gold white light source connection frequency, charoite being a tremendous full light body activator of high divine synchronization, then rutilated quartz to intensify the entire perimeter of this until it ties back to right here, closing the circuit. So in that regard, it makes for a truly dynamic, powerful power pack that's rather aggressive vibratory output for its size ratio. And like I mentioned, the Healer's Gold makes for a very fantastic high-frequency grounding capacity of the entire overture, which makes for a literally impeccable foundation of a very high-yield device to encourage making the magic real for manifestation purposes, and of course, to ground this high-frequency energy through the entire cellular structure to bring tangibility to the high-frequency current. Well, I think that's enough ranting about this little power pack for now. But before I sign off, also showing the fact that it's about 2.5 inches, a little under 2.5 inches wide, with a height profile. See if I can get this guy to help me out. There we go. To kind of really show, it's also about under 1/2 inch even at its height point right there. So, like I mentioned, this is a very, very clandestine rendition of these magical brass knuckles that could be worn like so to be very high yield palm chakra stimulants, of course, with the current or energy intention of the recipient channeling the energy through the structure while keeping a closed fist, or if you're feeling very, theatrical, can do like that, different mudras, things of that nature, but that's the big idea of Divine Ascension Illumination, the intensive power pack. Well, 1,000 blessings, and may the force be with us all.